welcome back to another episode of Size Eyes, the life of a long-term multitasker. So, this is part 3 of my ideal routine. We left off on the last one from the toilet, basically. So hopefully you guys listened to the last one, but we're picking up from the bathroom. So yeah, after I come back into the room, after going to the bathroom, I'll either continue reading depending on what time it is, or I'll just go straight into the next thing, which is for the last few weeks I've added another routine back into another activity back into my routine of doing the Wim Hof. So Wimhof. Look it up if you haven't heard of him or his breathing techniques. So first learned about it a few years ago. I think I've talked about it before, but so last few weeks I've been doing Wim Hof. First few times I was doing it guided with one of his videos. Now I'm doing it on my own. And so I'll do a few rounds of the Wim Hof breathing. There's a lot of benefits to the Wim Hof breathing. But like the immediate one is you just feel like you're glowing. You feel like the oxygen is running through your body. Your white blood cells are running through your body, and you feel like you're glowing better than any, high or drunk that you'll ever feel. Because this is a natural high. And literally all you're doing is breathing in and out, which is crazy. So what I do is I do 3 rounds of Wim Hof laying down on my yoga mat. So you're supposed to do, he says 30 breaths in, and then the deep breath out, and then hold, and then deep breath in, hold for a bit, and then the next round. I don't count necessarily, I just do what feels right. When I'm starting to feel something in my body glowing, that's when I'll do the first round. And then when the intensity picks up, I'll end the second round. And then the third round, let's go with the flow again. And then so immediately after, while I'm feeling that, high, let's say, that glowing feeling, I'll get my towel, I'll put my glasses in the bathroom, I'll throw the towel over, where it's supposed to be when I'm taking a shower. And then I hop into the shower and I put it on the coldest water that's possible. That still has like the highest, water pressure. So I'm glowing, right? I'm high on life. I'm high with oxygen. And I step into this cold shower. No warm up with hot water and then cold. No, nothing like that. I have no time to think, which is the key here. I have no time to think in between when I'm doing Wim Hof and when I'm jumping into the water. Not jumping in, but going into the shower. And that's key. Because sometimes you can tell yourself, I don't know about doing this, I don't know about doing that. No compromise. It's a non-negotiable. I'm taking that cold shower, god damn it. So I turn the cold shower on. I'm facing the shower, so it's going into my neck, chest area and down. So not my full head yet. So I stand. So I've worked myself up to this. I started at 15-20 seconds initially. But so now I do 30 seconds facing front. So it's hitting the front of my body. Then I turn around. So then 30 seconds hitting my back of the body. I tell you this. The coldest feeling, second coldest feeling, is when you're facing the front and there's trickles of cold water going down your neck. Like little streams of cold water. Because it's that pressure or like that light pressure of cold water just streaming down, like a sensitive part of your body. Anyways, so 30 seconds facing forward, 30 seconds facing back. And so I used to do the cold shower normally, but now with the Wim Hof, I do a round of Wim Hof in the shower itself while standing up. So the 30 seconds while I'm facing forward and while I'm facing back, I'll do the breathing in and out. And then I turn to the side, so my right side, my right arm, right hip, etc., right leg. I'll face that way. I'm holding in the breath for the 15, 20, well, I'm holding the breath for as long, like 45 plus seconds. But I'm on the right side for about 15 seconds. And then I switch over to the left side for 15 seconds. Because when you're facing front and back, the cold shower is not fully getting those spots. So want to make sure that I'm fully immersed in cold water as much as possible that you can be for a shower that you would normally be if you were in like a little ice bath. So 15 seconds right side, 15 seconds left side, and then 15 seconds to the back again. Want to make sure it's all equal. And then, at some point there, I will have taken my breath, I will have expelled all my breath and then held my breath. So I'm like glowing even more at this point. And then I will inhale and then hold my breath there, which is what you're supposed to do for 15 seconds. And then I turn to the front. So I used to just do, the front of the body. But now, with my head down. But now, I put my head up and I let the cold water hit my face directly. Head first, head on. And so when I said the neck is the second coldest, this is the coldest. Because the first few times I was doing this, I could only stand in there for like 10 seconds. But now I can do it for 20-25 seconds of the coldest water that's possible here, in a shower, hitting my face for 20-25 seconds. So, that'll wake you up. So if I wasn't woken up before, that's a nice wake-up call. So I did the Wim Hof, then I'll, breathe normally, then I'll turn it to a hot shower after that, 2 minutes, 20 seconds or so. So I increased my, stamina cold shower capability from like 20-30 seconds initially to 2 minutes, 20 seconds. And now it's like I kind of look forward to it. I welcome it. It awakens me. So, and there's health benefits to it. So, no reason not to do it, in my opinion. So then I turn it to a hot shower, and then I do normal, shower stuff. And then at the end of the shower, actually, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to leave this feeling so comfortable. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to start the day with like, oh, cold shower, yes, and then, oh, let me get comfortable. No. So what I do at the end is when I'm turning the knob, instead of turning it all the way off, I'll turn it to the coldest setting again. And I'll start from my right side and then kind of just rotate my body, just spin around for a few seconds, making sure all my entire body is being hit with cold water, and then I'll turn it off so that I end on that cold note, on that high note of being cold, so that I'm really refreshed, so I'm really rejuvenated. So towel myself off, and then I exit the shower, and the mirror's there, right? The bathroom mirror. So then I walk up to the mirror, and then I say the aforementioned affirmation that I said of I am the creator. Everything that happens today, I have created. Today, I get to create the future. So I say that in the mirror to myself 3 times, and I get pretty amped up. I mean, it's like 6 o'clock, so I can't be yelling or anything, but I'll do the whisper yell thing. And I'll get myself fired up. And then I'll, clothe myself, and then I will put on my yoga mat, and then I'll try to practice some Tai Chi. So if it's the form, or if it's a 7-piece brocade, or 7-step brocade, or something else, I'll try to practice some steps of Tai Chi so that I'm practicing it every day. So maybe 5 minutes of that. It's not too much, but consistent practice every day. A little bit of Tai Chi. And then I'll go into Shambhavi. Shambhavi Mahamudra, which I learned from Isha, from Inner Engineering, organization started by Sadhguru. So, highly recommend the course. Deepened my spirituality when I took it a couple of years ago. On Super Bowl weekend, actually, when the Patriots beat the Rams. So, wasn't missing anything, that weekend. But, so I've been doing on and off since then, but since like November-ish, I've been doing it pretty much every day. I think 95% rate or so. So I do Shambhavi. So I do the preparatory asanas, which take about 15 minutes. The first one is the toughest because you're like, it's a squat, but you're going all the way down. And so your knees or your heels should be on the ground, but that's like tough. So an adjustment that you can do is roll up the yoga mat and put your heels on the raised, rolled up yoga mat, so that there is the heel is actually on something and not in the air. So that's what I do. For that, do the preparatory asanas, a little bit of stretching. It releases. It opens up the back, opens up the spine, opens up the chakras. And then I go into the 21-minute, the actual Shambhavi, of the breathing, of the saying Om, the fluttering of the breath, and then the locking. I forget what it was called, but you're locking the different parts of your body, and then you just sit still and meditate for the last 5 minutes. So do not actually listen to me for that piece of it. Actually do the workshop and the course. They actually say I will not, you sign something, you kind of, when you're there, of like, I will not be teaching this to anyone. So do not take my word for it. Take the actual course. So I do the Shambhavi, so that's 21 minutes plus about 15 minutes, so it takes about 35 minutes total for all of that. And so one of the things with Shambhavi is you shouldn't be ingesting anything, well, throughout for sure. And then in between the asanas and the actual Shambhavi, you shouldn't be ingesting anything or drinking anything. But even after you do it, they say about 30 minutes before taking anything, or liquid or solid, that's below room temperature. So normally my water at this point is a little bit below room temperature, so I try not to drink anything. So I will, and it actually kind of works out for what I'm, the next step in my routine, which is well, so before I get there, so I'll after the Shambhavi, I'll maybe spend some time. These days I'll be editing the vlog real quick on my phone. Maybe I'll answer any texts or messages. I'll check my phone now, etc. See notifications. Maybe scroll through social media real quick. Maybe I'll type the blog, so I'll actually type my journal that I wrote earlier in the morning. Maybe I'll learn and review vocab. I could see myself reviewing a language once I get back into learning a language. So a bunch of different options. So, but I do that for maybe 15, 20 minutes. And then I'll go downstairs. And then I will make celery juice. So I added that into my routine last year at about June. So that's also at about a 90% clip, 95% clip on a daily basis. And so drinking celery juice, about a glass full, about 12 ounces every day. I also highly recommend reading the book or watching the podcast. Anthony William was on Jay Shetty's podcast on purpose. So that's how I first found out about it. And then I read the book, and I've been doing it basically ever since. I just feel better. And obviously combined with all of this stuff, it definitely is one of the key benefits that I've seen in myself from a health standpoint, from a mental, Robin Sharma's, my mindset, my heart set, my health set, and my soul set is all increased in totality of all this, but specifically a little bit with celery juice as well. And then I'll drink the celery juice, and then I'll prepare any things downstairs while I'm in the kitchen for any food that I'm taking to work, or if I'm going to work that day, prepare it in a bag, and then I'll come up and then brush my teeth. Since Anthony William recommends to brush your teeth after you drink celery juice because it'll have less to go through when you're actually drinking it. So it's better to, with all the chemicals and whatnot in the actual toothpaste, you better drink celery juice beforehand and then brush your teeth. So that's what I do. Then I get ready for work, put my stuff in the backpack. I ask Google or Alexa what's the weather so I can properly dress. And then I get into my car and drive. So the first 10 minutes actually. So routine's not done yet. I know you're like, man, when's this guy going to get done? So the drive to work takes about 35 minutes, depending on the traffic. So the first 10 minutes, I will listen to the Kubera mantra. So it's supposed to bring prosperity, and prosperity, happiness, ample resources, money, etc., financial success to your life. And so I've been doing that. I usually haven't done that when I'm not driving, but when I do go to work, that'll be automatic. First 10 minutes. It's a 20-minute video where it repeats it, the mantra 108 times. So it's a 20-minute video, but I just put it on double speed on YouTube, and it's still not super fast because the original video is pretty slow. So I do that for 10 minutes, and then the last 20 minutes or so of the drive, I will listen to an audiobook or podcast or YouTube video. I had been watching more sports content initially, but want to get away from that. And so I've been doing a good job of that last couple of weeks of consuming content that's, informational, educational, etc., that I can be learning and doing that. So, whether that's Jane Goodall's video, masterclass, or Robin Sharma's video here, or a podcast from Jay Shetty, podcast about education. Today I was listening to a podcast on finance. So just trying to learn on my drive to work. And then I get to work and the workday starts. So that's the morning routine. So overall, if I get up at 5, depending on how much time I journal and read, stuff like that. Yeah, it'll take me 3.5 hours to wake up and then by the time I'm at the office, with the commute and all that. So, 2.5 to 3 hours for everything plus, 30-minute drive. So it's a long routine, and that's constantly evolving. So I don't know what I'm going to add, what I'm going to take out, what I'm going to adjust as I continue learning about different things. But this is my current routine, most of it morning, but from the previous episodes, also the nightly one, which is very important, which I'm about to start right now since it's 10:50 p.m. So, but yeah, so that is my ideal routine, going from late night into the morning, basically to work. So I hope that was a very granular look at what I'm doing every day. And then, like, when you see in my blog or in my vlog, like, oh, I did my normal routine, this is it. I literally spelled it out step by step, and even within the step, part A, part B, part C. I tried to do as much as possible. So hopefully that helped to understand the level of detail that I've built towards right now, and that I will hopefully continue to grow. And if you have any suggestions for anything that you do in your routine, and so this is not even counting, when I come back from work, I'll work out. Also, I'll kind of play it by ear in terms of, do I want to work out in terms of core or strength, upper body, lower body, cardio, etc. I'll do that, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever I'm feeling like, whatever the time is. And then I'll eat dinner, and then I'll get to work of, the couple hours that I have to do project work, etc. Or like today, watching video and then recording podcasts. And so, I forgot. And then I'll after the workout, I'll do a visualization meditation, or different types of meditation, like samatha or vipassana, or I want to get into chakra meditation and other different ones as well. So I guess that was a brief rundown of what I in the evening, but this was a detailed look at the morning and nightly routines for what I'm doing on a daily basis. And I do this, weekends as well, since I've kind of get up whenever. And whenever now means like between 4 and 6 a.m. without the alarm. So kind of every day, no days off. And this is how I want it to be. And I'm glad it's at this point where everything is a habit. These nightly routines, these morning routines are habits now. And once I'm ingrained it in my mind, I'll add the next thing. And so we'll see when that point is, when it's unbearable, or not unbearable, but if it's getting to be too much. But I like it where it is right now, from a health standpoint, from a mindset standpoint, and from every standpoint, spiritual, physical, mental, emotional. So there's obviously room for improvement. So I'll keep improving where and when I can. But that was a detailed look at my ideal routine. Hopefully you guys find some value, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. So thanks for listening to another episode of Size Eyes, the life of a long-term multitasker. I'll see you when I see ya.